Welcome to Just Us Friends. We have this video library where we have many tapes that are designed to help people get through some of the little rough spots in their life. And maybe just by sitting down today and maybe even again tomorrow or every day, it might help refocus and get a little more clarity about tackling some of the issues in people's lives. Very often everybody frequently says, oh, everybody else has it all together, and I can't imagine that everybody else struggles as much as I do with issues. The truth is, everybody has something, and many people are almost incapacitated with some of the issues that they have in their life. Others look at them and say, oh, they've got it made, everything is going great in their life. But the reality is I, in all of my years as a psychotherapist, have never met anybody who didn't have some issue or something that they were struggling with. In our name of this site, Just Us Friends, we really emphasize the importance of having relationships to help us all get through the stuff we're trying to get through. And everybody has a gift. Everybody has something that the world would be less if that gift wasn't offered. But there are many of you who feel lonely and alone. They don't feel, maybe you don't feel, part of a community or a sense of support or even a desire for support and community in your world. Some people hardly ever go out of their house. They may go to work, but they don't go to social events. They don't feel that there's anybody that they can talk to about important issues in their life. As you know, I've done a lot of work with folks who are in prison, and one of the main things that they tell me is that they've never had anybody to share deep, important thoughts or issues with, and deep down have felt lonely their whole life. And I know many of you out there have been lonely and felt alone, and hopefully coming to Just Us Friends gives you some sense of community. I guess one of the questions that you need to be asking is, are you happy being alone, or would you truly like an important or significant relationship or community of friends? Some of us are just introverts, and we could live in a cave pretty happily for the rest of our lives if the world didn't make any demands on us. And if that's the case, I think that's just fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That may for some people be their brain and body chemistry and their personality type. So there's nothing to fix if you're really not broken. But some of you say that you are lonely, and you do wish you had a community, and you do wish you were closer to family and friends. And so, what to do about that? Accepting that perhaps even though you have more of a longing to have community and friends, you may not have an extrovert's personality, or you may not have the brain chemistry that allows you to easily reach out and easily connect to others. You may not be somebody that can go into a group of people and easily start up a conversation. And again, don't be judgmental of yourself for that. Don't be critical. Be kind to yourself and supportive and encouraging. get a little bit of a game plan and look at where the potential is for you to gain some friends, for you to become active in a group. Look for a small, safe group of people where you can begin to make connections in your own style. So if you are somebody that enjoys music, then looking for a place to play music or listen to music, looking for something that really engages your interests and passion. Absolutely one of the most important things to suggest is doing volunteer work. There are people everywhere that need you for something, and there's nothing that connects you to another person faster and with more honesty than being kind to somebody, serving somebody in some way, in a way that they can't help themselves. Look for a way to offer your gifts to others, and you will be appreciated and loved for that. Look for something that you are going to do that involves you physically. If you have trouble talking to people easily, joining a bike club or a yoga class or something where you don't need to talk, and then you may have 2 minutes of conversation at the end. A meditation group is good for that too. You can say hi and goodbye, and little by little work your way into the group. Look for ways to participate with people that's harmonious with who you are. Another possibility is writing letters. There are people in prison that have been totally disowned by their family. Go to our action page and look up in what we've said about writing to prisoners. Of course, there's cautions and not to be naive and open yourself up to somebody taking advantage of you. But we're here to give you guidance if you start to write to somebody and you want a little help and maintaining clear boundaries. Loneliness is a choice. Look for ways to go beyond a world maybe that feels very safe but empty, and push those edges a little bit and start connecting to people, and let people love you the way you should